Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're gonna be trying something a little different. We're gonna be just drawing some reaction images from TikTok. I actually got the idea from this guy on Twitter. I think that like when TikTok added like pictures and replies, that's probably one of my favorite updates for the entire app. I don't know. I feel like it just makes the whole experience just a lot more fun when you just see the same shitty picture 40,000 times. But yeah, this is gonna be the first one we're gonna start with. So I say let's just start sketching. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys are the same way, but usually for me, I find that like these more still, like I guess simpler poses, they're actually a lot harder to draw and make like look good, if if that makes any sense. Because like when I do more dynamic ones or like actiony kind of stuff, I feel like it's easier, or maybe it's just a little more forgiving, like with the anatomy. Like you can get away with some stuff looking a little wonky because it's like there's more stuff going on. The pose is just, I guess, cooler overall. But usually when characters are standing still like this and it's like mostly facial expressions and like subtle stuff, I feel like you gotta be a lot more precise. And I mean, it's probably just skill issues on my part if we're being honest here, but I do feel like it's a lot more challenging, especially to make it like look convincing in the end. Because I mean, you can make a sketch look good, but the second you start adding detail too, that's like a whole nother set of challenges, I feel like. Yeah, and I feel like the sketching and like base colors happen, that's pretty self-explanatory. But I want to talk a little bit how I'm doing the shading here, because I've been kind of experimenting with a few different ways recently. If you're familiar with some of my like past videos, I used to pretty much exclusively use like a multiply layer. I think for all of my shading, if we're going to be honest here, just thinking about it. But recently I've been trying out, I don't know if I'd call it like a more painterly style, but really just color picking everything and not using as many layer effects. And this is mainly just me, I'm just trying it out, not saying it's good or bad. But I've been really enjoying it, and I feel like it's helped me improve. So feel free to give it a shot. You like it, you do, you don't. But here I'm using the multiply layer just for the base, like flat layer of shading. And it's pretty small in the video, but if you see like my actual layers, you can see that I merged down the multiply layer pretty early on. Like I just use it just to get some of the large sweeps over, and then now you can see I've got a render layer on top, and I'm just kind of painting over everything. I mean, essentially, I have been working on it, but I generally sketch like pretty loose, and I've been trying to make my drawings like look cleaner overall. I actually think this one as a finished product looked pretty good, I'd say. Like pretty clean. And like I think there's a time and place for having like super sketchy lines, especially if it's like part of your style. I think you're chilling. But it was kind of fighting how I like to do things, because I've been really trying to just make my drawings like read a lot better. And I feel like having a lot of you get loose shading, you got loose line art, you got loose highlights. It's like, well, now the whole drawing's loose and you can't tell what's going on. And that was being a real issue for me, so I've been trying to tone in and really lock in on my details, I guess. And I guess I should probably talk about the character a little bit. If you don't know, this is Mao Mao from Apothecary Diaries. I don't know why it took me so long to get to it, but Apothecary Diaries is really good. I've been reading the light novel as well, and it's nice. I'm a big fan. But yeah, for all of these drawings I'm gonna be doing today, I really wanted to choose like some reaction images that like I feel like I could see the character actually doing, because I wanted it to, I don't know, be more believable that way. Because pretty much all these ones are gonna be from anime that I've more recently watched, so just trying to choose ones that like make sense for the character to do, because I don't know, I feel like if I did it kind of defeats the purpose. I don't know if it's like a reaction thing and they're not, I don't know, they wouldn't canonically do their reaction. But and here's the finished Mao Mao. I do like how I was able to make the actual drawing pretty like clean, and I don't know, that was something I really wanted to set out and do, just for all of these and just in general. So I find it's a lot harder to make everything look clean and I don't know, just have less detail, but have the detail be more clear, I guess. Alrighty, so here is the reaction image we're going to be going with for this one. And the character choice is Saber from Fate Zero. And it's been a minute since I've watched Fate Zero, but Fate Strange Fake is coming out, and that kind of has got me back on my Fate kick. Made me re-download Fate Grand Order and spend all my money again. So we're looping back into the rabbit hole, you know. I haven't watched Fate Strange Fake yet. I'm probably going to wait for it to finish up, because I think it's only got like 4 episodes right now or something. But it's looking good. I like that a lot of the new anime, they're all kind of really just going crazy with the animation, which is, I'm a big fan. Especially, I don't know like when that started happening, but I don't remember like JJK, their animation being that good in the first season. Like it was, you know, fine, but it wasn't anything crazy. But I feel like right around season 2 of that is when everything else started getting really good too, which, hey, I'm not complaining. Make me want to start animating, if anything, you know. So we're doing a pretty similar process of shading for this one compared to the last one. A little bit more like usage of the multiply layer, but really for this one, I wanted to do the full background because I feel like that's a big part of the original picture, and it's kind of cheating if I ran away from that. So this one, this is a quick little meta if you want to be really lazy and have a, not gonna say good background, but passable. Is you just want to block out the main colors of it, gauge and blur the piss out of it, and then, as you can see we're doing right now, we do a second layer of, you know, just kind of blocking in some of the main values. I mean, really, as long as you get the values and like some of the right colors in there, it'll be passable. And it's just gotta be blurry, you know, just gotta blur it. And you just do a couple sharp little details over that final blur, and you know, you'll be chilling. Nobody's gonna talk about it in a good way or a bad way. It's just gonna kind of like blend into the background, which is what it is. So, hey, if it works, it works, you know. And this one especially, I didn't want to go too overboard with any of the shading, dark or light. I wanted to keep it pretty mid-tone, just because, I mean, that's what the original reference was. And, you know, I'm trying to just kind of chill out on it. A lot of my older drawings, I guess from, I mean, it's been ages since the last upload, so probably from the last upload, you'll notice they get really oversaturated, and I really want to try and avoid that. And I feel like I was leaning it a little too saturated into this one, but I think we still might just save it. And I mean, just looking at the final, I think honestly, I think it's pretty good. I do think that the, because it's from like a reaction image that like we all know from TikTok, it's more funny, I guess. So it's more fun to look at than just like a drawing with no context, you know? But yeah, I said we just hop into the next one. And I'm sure you've probably noticed that I'm kind of skipping a lot of the sketching process for a lot of these. I feel like it's pretty, you know, it's pretty similar across the board. So I guess let me know if you want to see more of like just the sketching, but I don't know. I feel like there's nothing too crazy going on. I mean, we're just, you know, sketching and cleaning up the sketch, you know. Pretty simple, I feel like. But this one, as you can probably tell, is Brocci from Brocci the Rock, and doing the Roderick pose. So this one, I honestly, I don't think oh no, it might just be too weird of a pose for me. I don't really like how this one ended up looking, but I mean, you know, go for it. It was fun to make. Probably one of the harder poses, I feel like, just because it's such an awkward, I don't know, it's such an awkward look. Everything's awkward, and then especially with like anime or anime style stuff, it's harder to add a ton of face detail without making them look like they're 90. I think we managed to make her not like a 90. I think it looks a little silly, but I mean, that's the whole point of this, I guess. So, but yeah, it was pretty fun. I think I don't know, it was a good learning experience too with like the mouth, because I don't think I fully nailed it, but I think it passes. It's passable. You know, solid C minus. And this is actually one of those, I was kind of talking about it a little bit earlier, but it's one of those where the shading is very simple. Like, it's a very simple lighting scenario. Like, it's just, I'd say just brighter ambient coming from kind of above. But because it's so simple, there's no like harsh lines or very like clear indicators. So you have to be subtle with your shading. So you can't just spam dark shades, you know? So having that and also showing like the folds and the fabric and all of that, I had a pretty big challenge with, as you can see me erasing the same same shit over and over again. But I think we ended up doing okay. I definitely do need to work on my my like loose fabric, just in general, a lot more. It's kind of a skill diff on my part, so that's my bad. But I've been like just practicing more overall recently, so that's part of why there's no uploads. But you know, Tai shit. But I've also changed how I do my eyes since last video. So I kind of just do some base colors, and depending on how close the camera is to the character's face, you know, I'll add more detail, right? But I've been doing this thing where I do like a super dark color in usually like a triangle or just some shape for the highlight, and then you just do a blob of white inside of that, and I feel like I don't know, it makes the eyes pop more. I did it on accident with a character shaded a while back, and I really liked how it looked. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it in every drawing from now on, but I'm definitely incorporating it more, especially because, you know, sometimes it doesn't apply. But yeah, I'm just a fan of how it looks. And here, because the lighting's pretty simple, I've been just adding color variation in the actual hair, because it is such a distinct color, you know, bright as pink. There's not any like complements that I think I can pull off, like complementary colors. So here you can see it in the final. I'm not the biggest fan of, like I said earlier, I'm not the biggest fan of how it turned out, but I think it's passable. It's like C's get degrees moment, you know. But let's just hop into the next one. Yeah, so you can see we're starting off with a long distance sketch, and we can kind of watch me build it from the ground up. But I don't know, this one I had some challenges getting like the mouth quite right, because like I was talking about earlier, you can't really add a ton of lines before they look just like an ancient being. But I don't know, I was hooting and hollering the whole time drawing this, not gonna lie. I thought it was really funny. So if you can't tell right now because, you know, there's nothing to look at, but it's Marcel from Dungeon Meshi, and this is the reaction image we're drawing off of. But I'll probably just shut up and let you guys watch the rest of the sketch, because I think this one was pretty fun to watch. So peace. So for this background, I wasn't as lazy as the saber one, but I mean, we were getting close. Just for a general time frame for all of these, I think the sketches for most of these took about, I don't know, 30-45 minutes, and then I think the coloring was about an hour and a half-ish for most of these. I know the Mau Mau one took the longest, so, you know, whatever that is supposed to mean, I don't know. But, you know, we're just adding some color variation into the brick. Going into this, I knew I was going to blur it a little bit, so I wasn't too worried about, like, the sharp details. So, here you can see it blurred. I think it passes. It's passable. And again, this one has a pretty simple lighting scenario, because, you know, it's in a dungeon. So, I wanted to keep that, I don't know, I want to keep that chirp, because I've been really trying to not over darken and just overshade everything that I do, because I did that for probably 2.5 years. So it's a pretty hard habit to get rid of. So you see myself catching it. You see me catch myself doing it all the time if you like watch the time lapses. But you know, I was messing around with some of the shading on the hand. I wanted to do this cool thing I did with a drawing a while back, where I had like separated each of the joints in a different color. But I don't think this lighting situation works out as well to make that make sense, so I ixnayed that idea pretty quick. And what I'm doing right now is more of, I was talking about earlier, of painting over with like color picked colors that I'm actually choosing, like I want this specific one in this specific spot, and rendering that way. And I feel like, I don't know, it just helps me get a cleaner end result, because I'm also, this layer's above the line art, or I guess sketch, however you want to call it, who cares. It's above all of that, so it really does help clean up the whole thing, because I mean, it's pretty easy to just color pick, you know, there's a couple straight lines, just paint over them real quick. Nobody knows what happened, right? Here's the finished Marcel, and then the other 3 that we finished up to. I had a lot of fun with this one, honestly, especially I think Mau Mau and Marcel in that order are my 2 favorites. I think just the Mau Mau one turned out the best, and then Marcel, I had a lot of fun making that one. I don't know if you guys enjoy this style of video, but if you got any other ideas for me, I'm open. So yeah, I guess peace, and thank you.